Hey guys, this is David, Lost Soul Running. Today we're talking about orthotics, such an exciting topic to talk about with running and running shoes. It's the number one question I get in my office is, my feet hurt, my heels hurt, what can I put in my shoes to make it feel better? Well, there's a lot of options out there, and I'll probably talk about this several times over the course of this channel. Today we have several examples of orthotics. A couple are, or actually one is what comes with the shoe, a couple are store-bought, and then one is a fabricated one. So first, I guess we should talk about what an orthotic does. Well, an orthotic obviously goes inside the shoe, goes on the bottom, it fits your arch and your heel, and it supports that arch when you're taking impact while walking and running. When you're walking, you exert about 1 times your body weight, so the normal body weight on your foot while walking. When you're running, you're exerting about 1.5 to 2x times your body weight while running. So it's a lot more force being driven down on the foot, in through the arch, into the ground. And then a lot of that impact is made up on the bottom of the shoe, but your arch still collapses while you're running. So we have these orthotics to help alleviate some of that extra impact due to those forces. So let's first look at, this is the insert that comes with the New Balance Super Comp. And you put your foot in the shoe in the store, it feels really nice and good and cushy. It's made pretty decently, but it's super flimsy. I mean, if I look at this, I bend it in half, I'm like barely holding it with 2 fingers. I would like to think that everybody watching this weighs more than this. So it doesn't really do much. It's garbage. So then people go, okay, well, what do I get at the store? Well, there's tons and tons of options out there for what's at the store. I don't even know what this brand is. This is my wife's. Oh, this is powered by Foot Balance. So this is a Foot Balance one. This one's pretty common. Again, I look at if I can bend it with 2 hands, and it bends pretty good. So again, not much force. Assuming that, again, the weight that you're exerting on this is still creating some bending in the orthotic. So you're still getting a lot of play in this insert. So it's not bad, but it's still not great. The third option, this is what I actually dispense a lot in my office. This is called the Spanko Arch Support. It's green topped. You can get on Amazon. Pretty much most running stores carry a version of this. But again, I look at this. It's 3/4. Everyone goes, well, why doesn't it go full length like this one does? Just because it's just more accommodative to toe box variation and whatnot. So it goes about 3/4, just hits behind your toe here. But again, I look at the arch height, which is pretty nice, but then also it has a little bit of a flex, but not too bad. I'm definitely exerting a lot more force to it, so it comes down, has a little bit of a recoil, definitely more supportive. Now the downside of these is that it's kind of a one-size-fits-all. So if you have a flatter foot or kind of a unique foot structure, you're not going to like it because it's pushing up into your arch quite a bit. I like this. I get a lot of good response to this, but they're still not for everybody. Lastly, and I have a lot of these, and this is actually mine. I've had this for like 10 years, and you can see how gnarly it's looked. But again, it's pretty narrow. It's really thin. It's really light. But this does not bend much at all. I mean, it's really rigid. It can take a lot of abuse. This has seen thousands of miles of walking and running over its lifespan, and it still works really well. It's been custom made to me, and I switch it from shoe to shoe, and it goes in like super easy. Actually, that's not the right shoe. Goes in this shoe and flips in. And sometimes people say it slides forward, but once it run enough, it kind of seats down in the bottom of the shoe, and it doesn't really move. So I don't really have issues with that. There's a lot of different versions of this. There's a lot of different ways to fit them. We sometimes take a plaster mold of the foot. The state of the art now is actually taking a scan. We actually use our phone, believe it or not. The technology in the selfie picture actually can take a 3D scan of the foot, and then we just send it off to a lab. There's foam boxes that you can take impressions of the foot. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but as long as we kind of get a good version of this is really the ultimate. This is what I recommend to pretty much everybody, regardless if you're a runner, but especially for a runner, there's really no comparison to the custom orthotic. So that's kind of what it is. I mean, I usually take the factory insoles out and throw them away, and at least start with a good over-the-counter, but ultimately the custom orthotic is where you want to be. Hope that helps. Talk to your local foot doctor about it. direct message me if you have any other further questions. Be sure to like and subscribe.